Imagine you're a campfire. Now, how would you feel? Picture this. You're crackling away in the middle of a forest, your flames dancing in the cool night air. Suddenly, out of the shadows, a figure emerges. No, it's not a bear or a lost hiker. It's an animated character. Let's call him Fred. And Fred, well, he seems to have taken quite a liking to you. Fred's not your usual admirer, though. He's not here to roast marshmallows or sing campfire songs. No, Fred's got a different agenda. He's here to flirt. And not just any kind of flirting. He's armed with the cheesiest, cringiest, and funniest pickup lines you've ever heard. Fred sidles up to you, the flames reflecting in his cartoon eyes. He clears his throat, ready to unleash his first line. "Are you a campfire?" he asks, a hint of a smirk playing on his face. You, the campfire, feel an odd sense of anticipation. "Because you're hot and I want s'more," Fred finishes, pointing at you with a dramatic flourish. For a moment, there's silence. The forest seems to hold its breath, waiting for your response. But you're a campfire. You don't have the ability to laugh or roll your eyes or even groan at the sheer ridiculousness of it all. You just keep burning, your flames flickering in the wind, completely oblivious to Fred's attempts at humor. Fred, however, doesn't seem to mind. He's too busy chuckling at his own joke, thoroughly pleased with himself. "Well, that was fun," he says, patting his belly in satisfaction. He gives you one last look before disappearing back into the forest, leaving you to your own fiery thoughts. And just like that, you're left alone once again, crackling away under the starry sky. But hey, at least you got a good story out of it. A campfire being flirted with. Who would have thought? Well, that's one way to heat up a conversation. Swipe right, swipe left. It's a dance of digital love. Welcome to the modern world's dating ballet, where the stage is the palm of your hand and the stars are pixels on a screen. Here, a single swipe can mean the difference between a lonely night and a lively conversation, between a missed connection and a match made in, well, not heaven, but somewhere in the cloud. But what happens when you stumble upon a profile that makes your heart skip a beat? You know, one of those profiles with a bio that's just the right mix of mysterious and witty, a profile that makes you think, this could be the one. Do you swipe right immediately, or do you hesitate, caught in the thrilling uncertainty of potential love? In this animated universe of ours, one character finds himself in this exact predicament. His eyes are glued to the screen, his heart pounding as he reads the enticing bio of his potential love interest. And then, with a mischievous glint in his eyes, he decides to take the plunge. His thumb hovers over the screen, then he swipes right. But instead of waiting anxiously for a match, he sends a message straight away. He types, "Do you believe in love at first swipe, or should we match again?" Oh, what a line. It's cheesy, sure, but also charming in its own way. It's a modern twist on the timeless question of love at first sight, adapted for this digital age we're living in. And let's be honest, who wouldn't be intrigued by such a bold, playful message? Whether this line leads to a love story or just a laugh, we can't say for sure. But one thing is certain. In the world of online dating, you've got to be brave, be creative, and most importantly, be yourself. Because who knows? Maybe that person you're hesitating to swipe right on is doing the same, waiting for you to make the first move. So remember, folks, it's not just about swiping right. It's about making a connection, starting a conversation, and having a bit of fun along the way. After all, sometimes love takes a second swipe. Ever feel a strong connection with someone? Like the kind that makes you think you've stumbled upon a rare Wi-Fi hotspot in the middle of a connectivity desert? Well, let's delve into that, shall we? Picture this. You're in a bustling cafe, the aroma of freshly ground coffee wafts through the air and the hum of conversations fills the room. Amidst this cacophony of sounds and smells, you spot them. A person so radiant, they could be the password to the world's most exclusive Wi-Fi network. You muster up the courage, walk over, and with a twinkle in your eye, you say, "Is your name Wi-Fi? Because I'm feeling a connection." Now hold on to your lattes, folks. That's not just a cheesy line. It's a testament to our modern-day love affairs with both human connections and, you guessed it, Wi-Fi connections. Just think about it. In a world where our phones are perpetually seeking Wi-Fi, aren't we all just searching for that special connection, that one signal that stands out from the crowd, that doesn't require us to stand in a weird position to get the bars up? And isn't that what love is all about? Finding that one person who doesn't make you scramble for better reception. So the next time you're in a cafe and you spot someone who makes your heart's signal strength go from 1 bar to a full 5, Remember this line, because who knows, you might just end up finding a connection that's stronger than your home Wi-Fi. And let's be honest here, folks, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that the dream? To find someone who makes you say, forget the Wi-Fi, I've got a connection that's way stronger. So there you have it, folks, the story of a pickup line that's as modern as it gets. A line that speaks to our collective obsession with staying connected, even when we're trying to disconnect. Guess Wi-Fi isn't just for the internet. Banks and love, who knew they had something in common? Now, I'm not saying that you should start considering your local bank as a potential dating pool, but there's an intriguing parallel here that's worth exploring. Picture this. You walk into the bank, your heart pounding with a mix of anticipation and anxiety. You're not here to deposit a check or withdraw cash. Oh no, you're here for something much more valuable, to invest in love. Yes, love, that elusive, intangible asset that has perplexed economists and poets alike for centuries. Now you spot someone across the room sitting behind the counter. They're wearing a crisp suit, their name tag gleaming under the fluorescent lights. You approach them, your palms sweaty, your voice shaky. You lean in and in a voice barely above a whisper you say, "Are you a bank loan because you have my interest?" Let's pause for a moment. That's right, you just used a pickup line in a bank. But not just any pickup line, this one is laced with wit, charm, and a dash of financial jargon. You've managed to not only capture their attention, but also express your intentions, all while keeping it light and humorous. You see, in love, just like in banking, interest is crucial. It's the driving force that keeps the relationship going, that makes you want to invest more time, effort, and emotions into the other person. It's what makes you look forward to every interaction, every conversation, every moment spent together. So next time you find yourself in a situation where you need to express your interest, remember the bank loan. Remember that love, like any good investment, requires interest. And who knows, maybe next time you're at the bank you might just find yourself investing in more than just financial assets. Love sure does come with an interest. Ever fell for someone, literally? Now, imagine this. You're in the city of love, Paris. The Eiffel Tower is shining in the background, lovers are walking hand in hand along the Seine, and the sweet smell of freshly baked baguettes fills the air. Suddenly, you spot someone from across the crowded street. Their eyes catch yours, and just like that, you're smitten. You muster up the courage to walk up to them, and in your best French accent, you say, "Are you French? Because Eiffel for you every time I see you?" Now let's pause for a moment. I know, it's cheesy, it's corny, but hey, we're in France. Where else can you drop such a line and not get a slap in the face or a baguette to the head? So back to the scene. The person you're trying to impress is taken aback, they're surprised, maybe even a little amused. But the charm of the line, the setting, and your courage, it all works in your favor. They laugh and you can see the twinkle in their eyes. It's all very cinematic, isn't it? Like a scene straight out of a romantic comedy. You've got the Eiffel Tower, the love-struck fool, and the classic pickup line. It's cheesy, it's romantic, it's French. And let's face it, who wouldn't fall for someone using such a line? It's clever, it's funny, and it's just a little bit daring, but isn't that what love is all about? Being brave enough to take a risk, to make a fool of yourself, and to fall, literally in this case. So the next time you find yourself in the city of love, or anywhere for that matter, don't be afraid to use this line, because you never know. You might just find someone who's willing to fall for you too. Love can make you tumble, especially in Paris. Welcome to the sizzling sands of pickup paradise where some people are just too hot to handle. Picture this. We're at the beach, the sun is blazing and the waves are crashing. It's the perfect setting for a little flirty fun. Our character, let's call him Sunny, is a master of smooth lines and clever comebacks. He spots a potential love interest, soaking up the sun and looking hotter than a July afternoon. Sunny, with his cool confidence, decides to break the ice with a witty quip. With a cheeky grin and a twinkle in his eyes, Sunny leans over and says, "Do you have a sunburn, or are you always this hot?" Ah, the age-old question, folks. It's a bold move, using a pickup line that's as hot as the sun itself. Just imagine the surprise on the receiver's face. They might be thinking, did I forget to apply sunscreen, or is this person just full of fiery flattery? Either way, it's a win-win for Sunny. He's either sparked a conversation or he's left someone feeling a little hotter under the collar. But hey, that's the beauty of a good pickup line, isn't it? It breaks the ice, it sparks a laugh, and it might even ignite a connection. Whether you're a fan of such fiery rhetoric or not, you've got to admit it's a memorable way to make an impression, and who knows? Maybe the receiver of this scorching sentiment will be charmed by Sunny's boldness. Maybe they'll laugh, toss their head back and say, well, I don't have a sunburn, but I can't say the same for you. And just like that, Sunny's been outplayed at his own game. But that's the risk of the pickup line game. You might get burned, or you might just find someone who's just as hot as you are. So the next time you're at the beach or anywhere else, don't be afraid to turn up the heat with a cheeky line. After all, guess some people are just naturally hot. Remember the time we flirted with a campfire? Ah, the memories. We've had quite the laugh-filled journey together, haven't we? Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. We kicked things off with the sizzling campfire conundrum. Don't you just love the smell of burning wood and cheesy pickup lines in the evening? Nothing says romance like a campfire. And a pun. Are you a campfire because you're hot and I want s'more? It's a classic, really. Then we swiped right into the digital age. Ah, the world of online dating where love at first swipe is a real thing. But just in case it's not, we've got a line for that too. Do you believe in love at first swipe, or should we match again? It's a question worth asking, isn't it? And who could forget the Wi-Fi wonders? After all, who doesn't love a good internet connection, especially when it's a metaphor for love? Is your name Wi-Fi? Because I'm feeling a connection. It's the perfect line for the tech-savvy romantic. Then we banked on love with the interest rate of love. Are you a bank loan? Because you have my interest? It's the kind of line that could make even an economist blush. We took a trip to Paris with the French connection. Are you French? Because Eiffel for you every time I see you. It's the kind of line that makes you want to put on a beret and say, oui, oui. And finally, we ended with a classic. Do you have a sunburn, or are you always this hot? It's a scorcher for sure. So there you have it, folks. A series of hilarious and cheesy pickup lines that are sure to make anyone crack a smile, or at least give you a pity laugh. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about? Making each other smile, laugh, and feel a little bit warmer inside. And that's how you turn up the heat with humor.